YouTube family, friends, and country peoples. All right. So you are inquiring about car insurance as a national or a state citizen. Um, okay. So you've removed yourself from having a social, or you're abandoning the social itself altogether, or you're an authorized agent of it and you just don't want to use it, something of that nature. Okay. The way you're going to do that, well, I would recommend if you already have it, keep it. Don't try to redo it just to say, hey, I'm a national, and so I'm getting rid of my insurance and I'm going to start all over again, because it's a hassle. They already have the information, blah, blah, blah. It's their stuff. Um, I would say don't try to change your stuff if it's already in place. But if you really feel that way strongly, which I'm not mad at you, um, there's two things. Okay, so I'm going to get to the bond part, but because I know somebody had mentioned wanting to find out more information about that, and the other person asked, well, how do I get it as a national? So how you get it as a national is like this. Okay, if you already have your passport, you're going to use your passport number. Okay, now online, some forms won't take the number. Okay, they just won't. The spaces aren't correct in there because it's a difference between the two different numbers. Some of them will. If you enter it in and they take it, Yahtzee. If the form doesn't take it, or they say, you have to call in or whatever else, you call in and tell them that you are a U.S. national or state citizen. And by law, you can't deny me for not having a social security number or even asking me for that number. You have to use, or you can use my passport number. Okay. If for some reason you really want that particular company and they won't take it, then I would suggest going to the IRS and applying for an ITIN number. Okay, it's the same as a Social Security number, but it's for nationals specifically, for foreign people, non-resident aliens of that nature. So those would be your ways of doing it. Now, when you contact the company to give them your passport number, um, the agent may not be able to help you because typically most agents are low-level functionaries. Okay, so little Dr. Evil quote there. Uh, so you want to talk to their manager or somebody above them and give them your information and tell them, hey, I'm a national. I was never issued one. I talked to the government. This is my passport. Everything on here is legit. This is the number I'm recognized by. So this is what we have to use. So those are your ways. An ITIN number, doing it online, keeping your old one and just utilizing it, or else utilizing your passport number. And if it's not accepted online, then you're going to want to call in the agency and talk to probably a manager. All right. For those people who want to find out information about doing it in the bond way, or else I guess if you will, LPN way, which is kind of the same way. What you're going to want to do is go online. And once again, people, this is all for educational purposes. I'm not reliable for this information. I'm just telling you what I would do or what I have done. So that being said, you go online and you type up, blank bond. Okay. And once you find that, it'll be like a blank piece of paper with the official bond kind of like seal looking around there. Now, if has somebody else's logos or information on there like that, you're going to want to remove all of that. Okay, so just copy all the information, the wording. This is a bond for me with as a national. Put your name, information, your address, and then you're going to want to find out how much your vehicle is worth. And then standard insurance is usually right around, you need about 100 to two or $300,000 in coverage. Okay, so on your bond, you're going to want to put in information like this is good for full coverage, for hospital, for this, for that, for whatever, blah blah blah, all that stuff, right? Okay, then you're going to put in information on there giving the issue, you're the issuer, and whoever the receiver is, the ability to monetize that on there. So I, so and so, give permission to the bearer of this bond to give it to a bank or such institutions or people as necessary to be monetized for all debts, public and private. Okay, because basically, and then you're gonna leave your spot where you sign it open until hopefully you don't get into any accidents. But at that time, you're gonna need to sign that because they can then take that to a bank because it's now a debt. Okay, and they can monetize that as a debt because your signature is worth money. Okay, so that's how you would travel with a bond because it's basically a promise to pay. Now, there's two ways. Either they can take it and monetize it, or they can take it and hold that to you that you're going to have to work off this particular debt, which usually would mean that to collect an LPN, they have to come to your house, or you're agreeing that you would make payments such and such every month until it's paid off. Okay, with no prepayment penalty. So you want to put stuff like that on your bond. It can be, material objects can be utilized towards payment. So give yourself these rules and these clauses in there. And then you're going to want to take that and put that inside of your folder. Like I always tell people, I have my own travel folder with all this stuff in there. And then you're good to go. So those would be the ways that you can travel in your car or get car insurance and be protected. Okay. Now I know some of it sounds strange to some of you guys, just because you've never done that. You're used to being in the system. Okay. Why does a bird who was always in a cage stay in a cage when the door is open? Because it's scary out there. Okay, it's different. I'm not used to the lay of the land. I don't get it. For those people who have already done it and living this way, there's thousands of us across the world who are, or at least in the United States for sure, who've done this and who live this way. It's different, but it's living outside the fence. It's the difference between, the horse that lives in the kingdom and the fun and the things it goes through, and the horse that lives out in the wild pastures and the fun and the things it can do. There's goods and bads to both sides. It's not easy, but this is how we get it done. So if you want to live more free, this is how it's done, people. All right. So once again, this is just wrapping up about car insurance as a national or state citizen and utilizing these methods in order to protect yourself and, to protect those people who you might get into an accident with. But as I always say, if you're going to do this either way, whether you've got regular insurance, real insurance, or a bond, or an LPN, drive safe, drive cautiously, always, no matter what, and be prepared. Biggest thing about me, people are always asking, well, now that I have to go to court tomorrow, now that I've gotten to this accident, and it's like, prevention, people, prevention. My biggest thing, all these videos are made for prevention. This is to prevent you from getting into something so you have something prepared before. Okay, I try to answer some of your questions about some of the jams and troubles that you guys are in. It's not really my way. There's tons of videos out there. I appreciate you guys looking to me for some help. And I've been able to help some people, but I can't give out, I'm not here to give out like legal advice. This is only education of options that you can utilize. All right, so use prevention, use your head, try to stay out of trouble. And, if you do get into some situations, look up some videos, especially ones where people talk about, I really appreciate it. This information really helped me. Look up, cases online, things of that nature. And, like I said, do your own due diligence at the end of the day, because you can't blame somebody else for the trouble you got yourself in. Now you're in it. You want somebody to bail you out, and they give you the right information, and it kind of helps, or the wrong information doesn't help, or it makes it worse. It's all on you. So, but a majority of everybody else who's done all these things have been successful. So yay. But you know what? Sometimes you're going to run into that not so nice cop or that not so clever judge or rep that just doesn't know what's going on, because most people are born inside the system and they don't know any better. That's just how it goes. But you are your own person, so go out there and live your best life, as they say. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I got some more videos because you guys keep throwing stuff at me. Just when I thought I was going to slow it down and kind of give the channel some chill time, nope. Apparently some people out there like this information, so I'm going to keep bringing it. All right, guys, take care. Enjoy yourselves. It's the weekend here, so I'm out because I got to go do what I do best other than make videos and stuff. So thanks, guys. Talk to you later. Enjoy the rest of your day.